Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I cannot believe that we are doing the update now for October and that next week is November. This just feels crazy to me because I feel like I was just doing our first month of school update for September and I just can't, this month has just flown by and I just can't believe that it's already into fall and the holidays so quickly. It's just crazy. So I wanted to film a little update for you guys just to let you know how our second month of school went in October, and I honestly have no complaints. Things went really well, and if you watched my last update, you heard that we were going to be adding in some things, one of those being geography, which has gone really well. And for those of you who have seen some of my scheduling videos and how our school goes, we usually do math twice a week, language arts twice a week, and then Fridays are kind of like our elective day. So that's when we added in our geography, and it added on to our usual science that we do, and then reading and writing is still every day. But it's gone really well. We've been able to use a couple different resources for geography that have kept our lessons pretty straight to the point and quick, open and go, so that's been really nice. We also added in Vooks, which I told you guys about. It's just a new app that we've been using that has audiobooks, and the visuals are great. The sound and effects are all great. They really keep my kids interested and interacting with it. Even my 22-month-old likes to sit there and watch the books, and I just think it's awesome because it'll help even him with learning to talk and eventually read. So the fact that my 6-year-old as well as my 22-month-old have been able to enjoy it is great, and it's a free resource, so can't complain there. Other than the adding in geography and using the audiobooks for October, I also started using another resource called Creative Fabrica. This was something I had seen a couple other YouTubers, promoting, and I think it was I want to say $2.50 or something a year to use this resource, and they have hundreds of different printouts and resources for you to use, and you can even search based off your child's age. So if you want to, or grade rather, if you want to search resources specific for first grade or second grade, third grade, or you can just kind of search everything. So we just started using that. And so one of the first things that I printed was I was looking for resources for Halloween, fall type things. So I found this pumpkin life cycle, and sorry about the reflection. I put them in page protectors because we actually used dry erase markers for these. So it basically just goes through the life cycle of a pumpkin. And I think it came with more than what I actually printed, but I just kind of wanted a quick little lesson to do for fun around Halloween. So I just printed what I thought we would use. So once you learn about the life cycle of the pumpkin, we just kind of, it gave you a blank sheet option. So we filled in and had her write the names of each cycle or each step. It goes over the anatomy of a pumpkin. And putting them in the page protectors is nice because obviously, I mean, once you download it, you can print it as many times as you want. But putting it in these protectors and using the dry erase markers, we can just use it over and over again. So again, then she just filled in on her own the anatomy of a pumpkin. And we kind of tied this in with doing our carving, which was fun. And then there's also little kind of flashcards that you can cut out if you want with the different steps in the life cycle. We did some handwriting, and there's a couple pages of that. So it incorporated writing as well as some math and counting. But they have so many resources on there, you guys, that I've already saved. This was the first one that we actually, oh, there's actually some art in here too. This was the first one that I printed out and we actually used. But I'm really excited to use that as a resource. So I'm going to continue just kind of like searching through and looking at what they have for resources. One of the things that I feel like we have not like done this year as much as we did last year was unit studies. So I know that this year is kind of different because it's been just a little bit hectic with like you know, adding on to her school load with, you know, going from kindergarten to first grade, as well as, you know, just me starting a new job. It's just made things a little bit more difficult. Like in kindergarten, we did kind of like these mini unit studies like every month. And we have not done one so far for first grade, which I don't feel like you necessarily have to, but you know, it is hard sometimes when you're just stuck on kind of like the day-to-day curriculum, and you see other, you know, like YouTube families doing all of these fun unit studies, and you know, it kind of gives you this fear of like, am I doing enough? Should I be doing more? Are we missing out on something? You know, especially around the holidays, they just promote so many unit studies, and you know, it hasn't gotten to me too much, but I do want to get back into doing unit studies because they're so much fun. I mean, the ones that we did last year, we actually got all like for free. So I used resources like Homeschool Compass, their website. If you look them up, they have free unit studies that you can use. I printed a lot of things off like Teachers Pay Teachers, and was able to just honestly incorporate like books that we either already had, or I would find them cheap on, you know, Amazon, thrift stores, thrift books, or book outlet. I tried to find the cheapest options possible, but we didn't pay for any actual unit studies. I think we even used one that The Good and the Beautiful offers for free. They're like marine biology. So it was just fun because we didn't have to spend a lot of money to do them. We used a lot of our own resources, and we would just incorporate like obviously books, and then different like art projects, and then usually at the end of the week when we were doing our unit studies, we would do like kind of a themed tea party around it. So I just miss doing it. And that's part of this video as well. I have a little kind of mini haul from The Good and the Beautiful that you'll see also is kind of incorporating the discussion on the unit studies. So anyway, that's something that I want to hopefully get into going into November, is to try and add in a unit study. But I'm not going to be hard on myself if we don't start a unit study in November. It's just something that I would like us to get into again, and I wanted you guys to know about some of the resources that I found and some that we used last year. Because again, there's free resources on Teachers Pay Teachers and the Homeschool Compass website. So I will link all of those down below. And then lastly for October, our read alouds. We are still in PAX. We have not finished it. And the main reason we have not finished PAX is because we ended up adding in another read aloud for Charlotte's Web. So this came in our fall knowledge crate, and we hadn't started it or even planned on starting it yet. However, my kids ended up watching the movie Charlotte's Web, and so then my oldest wanted to read the book. So we've been kind of either going back and forth between these two depending on the day, or sometimes we'll read from both of them in one day. But it just means that the progress of the books, finishing them, has gone a little bit slower. But we're not on any kind of like schedule with our reading. I just want to make sure that we are reading every day. So I'm not concerned at all that we haven't finished PAX. We're still enjoying both of these. We just haven't finished it yet. So we've really been enjoying Charlotte's Web. It's been kind of like a blast to the past, I guess you could say, for me, because I remember reading Charlotte's Web and watching the movie. And I think even since starting this read aloud, we've watched the movie a couple more times, so it's been fun. But these are what we've been doing in our read alouds for October, so we're going to continue these into November, and maybe we'll finish them, maybe we won't. We'll see. Okay, so I think that is the end of the update for October. Things are going great with adding in the new subjects and resources. Leading into November, a couple things that we're going to be doing. It's the Native American Heritage Month, so we have some books set aside for that. I have some books that I purchased ahead of time. I've shown them in my book hauls, but I'll probably show them again when I do like our November update. I'll show you guys what we're going to be reading. I also found some books, some audiobooks off the Books app, so I know we're going to be listening to those as well. And I'm hoping to possibly incorporate maybe making some meals or cooking something that's Native American. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I'm going to have to obviously do some research. It was a little bit easier when we were in the Hispanic Heritage Month because, I mean, my husband's Hispanic, so we cook that stuff all the time. So other than like doing some additional reading during Hispanic Heritage Month, the other extra activities we did were just easy because it's kind of part of our life already. So I need to do a little bit more research on that. If you guys have any ideas, or if there's certain things that you're going to be doing to celebrate or learn about Native American Heritage Month, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to know what you guys are doing, and maybe we can try it as well. And then I do want to, I'm hoping for some of this to be in November, but again, like these are just kind of like my initial thoughts of things that we want to add in, but depending on how things go, we're just playing it by ear, our schedule here. So things that have always been kind of important to us are having our kids learn computer skills and be good with technology. Now, I know that this is a touchy subject and some people completely keep it out of their homeschool, and that's totally fine. It's just something we've decided as a family that is important to us. My husband works in IT. I'm on a computer all day for my job, and we just feel that it's something in this day and age that's important for our kids to, obviously at a healthy age, understand how to use and be savvy in it at an appropriate age. So just keep that in mind. But we're going to be trying out some coding courses or apps, games, different things. So a couple of things we're going to start, or some of them she's actually already started, but for the most part, we'll be starting in November. So some things that we've started with are a coding website called Scratch, which is a free resource, so I'll link that down below. And then Code Shark, I believe, is the second one, which we are doing like a free trial, and if she really likes it or is learning from it and enjoys it, we'll probably continue the trial, and that one's one that you have to pay for. It's like a subscription. So I know there's lots of different ones out there for, kids coding courses. So these are just kind of the first couple ones that we're going to try, but we may end up trying something else, or if we hear about another one that looks good, we may try that as well. So these are just a couple things that we've found that we would like to start with. Again, like I said, my husband is in IT, so we have a lot of plans of different things that we want to try in the future. They even plan on building a computer together, which is really exciting. It's one of the things that I really love about homeschool is that we can teach these things to our kids, and it can be fun and educational, and not a lot of kids can say that they were able to build a computer with their parents. So I'm excited for that. Those are just kind of initial plans. I'm not sure when we'll actually get into the building a computer. That involves making some more purchases, obviously, but it's something that we are looking into and that I know my husband and my daughter would enjoy doing together. And then to kind of build on that, I think we'll start with the haul that I got from The Good and the Beautiful, because it kind of builds on some of the things that we plan on starting in the future. So let's get into that. Still have it in the box here, so we'll get it opened up. They were doing a sale recently, The Good and the Beautiful, with like free shipping if you spent a certain amount, and they had some discounted unit studies because they're kind of redoing a lot of them. And part of me had thought, you know, like maybe I'll just wait and get unit studies when they've redone all of them. But a lot of the new versions that are coming out have like journals that are with them. And the way I see it is my daughter is just in the beginning of first grade and still learning how to write. So I don't think she's at the point where we would get as much benefit from the new journals that are coming along with it. And don't get me wrong, I'm really excited about the version that has the journals. They look like so much fun, and I know that we'll use them as she gets older. But I just thought that, you know, we should take advantage of the sale that they were doing, because they were selling out their old unit studies for, I want to say we got one for like $10. And I just knew that that we wouldn't regret getting some without the journals with the age point that she's at right now. So let's start with the unit study. So as I mentioned, we have not done any unit studies so far this year, and I really want to. So we went online to The Good and the Beautiful and looked at the different unit studies that were on sale that they're discontinuing, and I let my daughter pick which one she wanted to do. So she chose arthropods. So we did do like a bug unit study last year for kindergarten, but this is a lot more extensive. There's a lot more in here, and I haven't even opened this up, you guys. So I'm going to need to open this up. I'm probably going to put it into like a binder. And I already have some resources from our last bug unit study that we did in kindergarten. So I have some little like figurines that we can use. I think some different like life cycles of like, I know I have the butterfly one, I'm pretty sure. And we have lots of books already on bugs. So I actually have them right behind me. I'll just kind of like show them quickly. Some of these we got from The Good, sorry, not The Good and the Beautiful, Usborne. Some of them I thrifted. Some of them were from Amazon. This one came with some like, glow-in-the-dark bugs, which we've already taken out and put in her room. And yeah, so we already have these from the last time that we did this as a unit study. So I'm just going to reuse these again. And let's see, to go along with the unit study, I also got this Nature Reader Insects and Arachnids. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And this is the first time that we've gotten like books, readers from The Good and the Beautiful, I believe. And I love that they come with a bookmarker. Like, I know it's such a small, simple thing, but it's such a nice touch. So in true The Good and the Beautiful fashion, the pages are beautiful, and I'm really excited. We're probably going to use this as just like a read aloud while we go through this unit study. And so I'm really excited about it. It goes through the life cycle of a firefly, garden spider, honeybee, and the monarch butterfly. So this will go along with that unit study. And now I'm not sure when we're going to start the unit study. I'm thinking about possibly even doing this over the weekends. Excuse me, which I know sounds kind of crazy because we already school Monday through Friday, and some of you might think, well, doing something also on the weekends is just going to be too much and overwhelming. But at this age, honestly, our school and curriculum during the week takes an hour or two every day. So we have still quite a bit of downtime, and so I don't feel like adding this in like on the weekends or, you know, whenever we have some extra time is too much. And if it did feel like it was too much, then I don't mind waiting and you know, starting it another time. So we'll see how things go for the holidays. We may start it, we may not. Okay, then another reader that I got is the My Second Nature Reader. So I know that there's 3 of these, the first nature reader and the third. I thought about getting all of them, but the first one looked like, as far as like her reading level, it just looked too low. And so I thought that I would just start with the second nature reader, and then I think eventually I'll get all of them, because I know that we can also use them when, you know, my son is a little bit older and starts reading. This is so pretty. But my daughter was kind of needing something new to read. She's getting kind of tired of the readers that she has, and I don't know if your kids are like this, but like she reads a reader once and then she's not interested in reading it again. So I just wanted to add something in. This is really pretty. So we may get the other ones eventually, but I just thought I would start with this one that I know is at her level that she can start reading now. Okay, and then the last thing that I got kind of builds on when I was talking about doing more computer skills with her. So we're looking into the coding, like I mentioned, and possibly building a computer eventually. And the last thing that I knew that we were going to want to try, which I don't think that we're going to do this year. I think this is something we're going to start next year for 2nd grade. But I like to be prepared. If you watched me for a while now, you know that I'm a planner. So I decided to get the Good and the Beautiful Typing 1 course. So because we've done so many things on the computer already, like we started in kindergarten using like ABC Mouse and a couple other different things, I just thought that it would be a good time to maybe try taking a typing course. So these look pretty basic. I want to say the lessons are, let's see. And another thing that's nice is they go over like the parts of a Mac keyboard as well as a PC keyboard. And I believe I saw how many lessons there were, but it looked pretty basic that I felt like at her age. Okay, so there's 80 lessons. There's quite a bit, but they're super quick. Like, as you can see here, there's like 2 lessons on each page. So I really felt like even though she may be young to start typing, I just feel like she's ready. She does really well on the computer already. And it's just something I think that I want us to give a try. So I'm thinking this will be next year, one of the things, you know, like one of our electives for 2nd grade. But we're just going to see how the year goes. If we go through a lot of our extra stuff as far as unit studies and other subjects, and maybe by the end of 1st grade we need to add something in, maybe we'll start it. So we'll see how things go, but I'm really excited to get this and try it out. So that's it. That's the end of the haul and the kind of plans we have for things going forward. I hope this wasn't too dragged on for you guys, but let me know in the comments how school is going for you guys. I know we're 2 months in, but some people started long before we did, so some of you may be way far ahead. So let me know in the comments how things are going for you, what changes you're making in your homeschool, or what you have coming up soon. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Things have been, crazy around here, like I said, with starting my new job. So I don't quite have a filming schedule figured out yet, but I'm trying to post when I can. So just bear with me. And if you want, follow me down here on Instagram and see kind of more of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. And hopefully as things, calm down with all of the changes going on in our life, I can try to have like a filming schedule for you guys so you know what to expect and when we're going to be posting. So thank you for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.